Can we all hear, like, the clamour in New Winchester? Isn't it amazing? In any case, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In last episode, what we did was we came back from the Blue Kingdom. We witnessed Captain Whitlock's passing, along with the reading of her will, in which we inherited the Orphean, her locomotive, her black box, which we are to take to London at some point in the future, and other riches. We also tried to meet up with a friend, and to meet up with her we will need 2 savage secrets, and we also found some trading opportunities which we are going to exploit. Now, talking of that, in the last episode, I do remember mentioning that we were going to go west and then swing back down south. But if we look here, purchase the seed from Port Avon, and that's to the east, while the other lies just to the west. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to head due east, try and discover a bit of the map around there. I'm going to try and come back to New Winchester, try and survive our first expedition, because we got the space for 3 sacks. And then just head on and sell them on. See if we can pick up some trading opportunities, etc., etc. Undocked, and we are ready to be let into the world. Isn't this exciting? It's weird, every time I put this game down, like, I remember how pretty it is, and I open it up and it's like, ugh. Yeah, it gets me every time. There we go, Bancroft's Forum. No, we had to discover it, right. Yeah, so we'll be going just this way. Just having a look east. That locomotive is heading straight for us. In the weirdest of ways. I'm gonna send out a scout here to see if there's anything else on the map. If there's a particular way we should go. It's returned, but what has it found? Well, it hasn't found any rails. Let's put it that way, because we'd know. If it was a port, I presume it's bronze wood, from what it looks like. Or just cargo. I'll take cargo. We will scavenge supplies. And we will head due east again. In these most sunless of skies. Right. So we're looking for Port Avon to buy some seeds at the moment, if I remember. Yeah. Just have to keep that in mind. A distant nebula shines on this place, its light as mellow as melted butter. Ooh. That's quite cool. I'm going to send out a scout, just to make sure we're heading in the right direction. I think it's there. Today the sky is as cool and blue as ice in a glass, and my scout has found it, even though it was, like, literally right there. The village green. Nowhere in, and Port Avon itself. I knew we'd find it. Plans, eh? Behold, a ruin of giants. Gargantuan blocks jigsawed together, furred with moss and whispering with orchards. A bucolic village nestles amongst them. Smoke coils daintily from the chimneys. A leisurely game of cricket unfolds on the village green. Well, we know it's the good stuff then. Disembark. A noddly-faced, black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. Welcome to Port Avon, she calls as you disembark. A rich knot of scent greets you. Leaves and wood smoke, enriched by an infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat. So Port Avon welcomes new visitors, but your novelty will wear off the more time you spend here. We may need to bribe them to keep them happy. Okay. Port Avon spills prettily across sections of colossal drifting ruins. Its orchards bask in the evening gold light of a distant nebula. Well, we will definitely write a port report. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here, apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery. The villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it. Fair? So at least we got a port report, and let's have a look at the bargains. Do we not have enough money? We don't. We're so close on the money front though. We are quite close on the money front. I think we can make like a concession, maybe sell. I know we just bought one. It seems so wrong, but at the same time, if it can get us across the line. Unlocked when you have seasoning. I'll let you guys read that, to be fair. Reading this is taking a definite toll on my throat. The village green. A golden nebula scintillates above Port Avon's apple trees. Allotments, eelfishes, and steeple church. Here you may, if you choose, immerse yourself in the village's quaint rhythms. We'll have a look at the auroral sommelier. Someone has crafted brass wheels to the carcass of an old armoire and impaled its top with a jaunty damasked umbrella. A man stands behind it, flesh and finery, the colours of the dawn, shepherding customers through their sampling of wines. Sweet wines, sour wines, subtle wines, and sinful spirits of every vintage, save, of course, the Hesperidian cider. He gives a small, sad laugh. I know, because I looked. This is the only place with real apples, but even here, that cider eludes me. He beckons you with a gloved hand. Ooh, we will ask him about this. Come here, come close and listen, you effervescent thing. I have a story, an associate of mine. He once gave me a sip of it, one golden drop to place under my tongue, and my life was changed. A carnivorous pleasure steeps in his voice as he speaks. I went back to the store immediately, of course, but the price was too much. And then eventually the dreams drowned away, and now I'm here, serving wine to drunks. His laughter is black and bitter, but the auroral sommelier gives you the address nonetheless, just in case. If you decide to risk the same grief, savour it for me. So if we go to London, we can definitely have some. We're going to go have a look at the village green now. The heart of the village, surrounded by orchards of real apple trees that were shipped through the avid horizon as seeds, an endowment of years from her renewed majesty grew them to swift maturity. Do we have a welcome? I mean, we gotta watch a cricket match, right? So that would have worn down our terror. Gotcha. The game could charitably be described as stately, but there is a moment of excitement when the batsman hits a six and the ball whizzes over the thatched roofs, off the edge of the port, and is lost forever in the starry deeps. The audience groans. Play stops while someone goes to get another ball. That would have changed our terror. For those of you who don't know, terror accumulates when you're out in the sort of wild. You'll see it sort of beep. I'll show it when we sort of head out later. In that case, then we'll just have a walk instead. Again, for terror then. Above, a golden nebula is fierce in the sky. Amber light dapples the curving lanes. Locals nod to you cautiously as you pass. A light drizzle of silver rain brushes the village. Its beads are bright and tiny as pinheads. Ooh, there are ruins. Ooh. There's the Nowhere Inn. I'll have a look at the inn first. Bothridge's A Tour of Heaven describes Port Avon's single public house as a welcome respite, justly famed for its authentic old earth cider. The locals can be welcoming for a while. You may be able to recruit more crew here. We don't really need crew, to be honest. We're full, so I think we'll give it a miss. But we'll have a look at the Cyclopean ruins. What palace was this? What giant king made his home here? And why did he abandon the vast stores of souls that the locals still quarry from beneath the stones? Perhaps you might risk a furtive excavation of your own. Not one of the looming stones is quite square, yet they all slot together. This is quite weird. Got a 24 chance and 29. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth giving it a shot. And to be honest, now that we've done what we needed to do in Port Avon, we'll just have to undock. Just have to undock and have a look for Magdalene's, which is just west. Oh, we didn't even level up. We're gonna do that. Choose a facet, grow stronger. You came close that day to death, left its mark. What was it that nearly killed you? I mean, it'll boost our mirrors and our iron, the two skills that we're good at. I'll take it. We got a hole next to our heart. I'll live with that. Oh. PC, chill. Thank you. Yeah, my phone's charging sort of next to the PC, so lights in the distance. A stoker begins to sing a ballad about the chimneys of New Winchester. Oh god. Combat. Didn't expect that supply to be ambushed, to be honest. Is this the sort that zooms at... Oh. It's like shotgun, and that's hard to avoid. Let him hurt himself, he got us a bit there, but hey. That hurt us a bit too much. Random run-ins. We're gonna scavenge this for parts. Yes! So we're nearly full on the hull. Great. Great stuff. That could have been quite the danger. So coming back to Terra, if I just turn my light off, see how it see it, bottom left? If I turn it back on, the crew aren't so petrified. Right? They're chilling. I don't know why I always get a frame bump just there. But hey. Might be the music just coming on, just letting me know, hey, there's music. Oh! The fastidious inspector approaches you in the gallery. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock has stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it. She has a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. Of course. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back of the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the gallery table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. Oh dear. Inquire about her work. Oh, sorry, yeah. So, yeah, we will inquire about her work. She sniffs. Oh, that's really gonna annoy me. I'm just gonna unplug it now, because otherwise it's really gonna irritate me. There we go. Sorry about that. So, she sniffs. It is of fundamental importance that 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in one corner of the Empire occurs at the same time as 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June at the opposite corner. How is an empire to function if it can't agree what day it is? Unfortunately, the process is complicated by the fact that time is less reliable than it was. The hours trade has seen to that. The hours trade, you say? What is that? Oh, hours have more uses than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of work worlds, to speed journeys to distant regions, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. It does make my life more difficult when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom. More difficult, but more vital. Her Majesty seized a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of ours, and now even more have been found in the reach. Miners dig them from the ground. She looks momentarily wistful. I hope, some day, to retire with a modest pension of years myself, to prolong the better part of my retirement. Oh. Tell me about the Reach. It has an uncouth splendour, but I miss Albion and the steady light of the clockwork sun. These sunless reaches are so misty and quiet. She pauses, but critical. The territories here are rich with rural hours, and enough vegetation grows on them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it is a dubious shape. Well, indeed. We saw that earlier. What happened to the Reach's son? Yeah, what happened? We warred, and we won. It's not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. The sun's made the law, they say. Now Her Majesty makes it. As for the Reach's son, she looks through the window at the lightless, stirring mists. I don't know. Do suns grow old? Do they die of natural causes? I think that would probably be better than the alternative, wouldn't it? Well, we're going to ask for news of London, because we're going to have to head there eventually. London sits in a coat of smog. Courtiers squabble at the foot of the throne of ours, hoping to receive endowments of years. Meanwhile, hard-working civil servants labour to ensure everything runs as it should. Was there a touch of archness there? All that's normal. I miss her, though. There is no city like London in all the skies, and Albion is very different from the Reach. Much more civilized. Well. Ooh, there's a war going on. I'm going to have to ask her about that. So, there are those who feel that London is a long way away. They do a better job of governing themselves. The frontier attracts independent spirits. We call them taketies, so those were the ships that we saw earlier, the orangey ones. For the hobnail boots that are so practical out here. London, unsurprisingly, disagrees. The Windward Company earnestly represents Her Majesty's interest in the region, sometimes very earnestly indeed. The taketies call London's loyalists stovepipes. For our hats, I suppose. She avoids looking at you. And you, Captain. Where do your sympathies lie? Well, we're gonna tell her London because she said our hats. So, glad to hear it, she says. Right. Well, we're gonna compliment her skills now because she's good at fixing that clock. And I think that's about it. And to you, Captain. I think I should make a cup of tea. Well, that was a nice sort of like... It's a nice chat. Found out a bit more. I don't know if I'll read all of these. You're welcome to pause it and have a bigger read as you would like. I don't know where the company would be. Normally they're... My last save there was somewhere around here. Yes. Yes, so it would be there. If that's the case, I'd prefer to have it on the map now. Yes, there we go. Not going to visit just yet, but it would be nice to have it. That's Victory Hall. Yeah. And we need to go west. Just due west. Gotcha. So yeah, on our way to make a bit of money. With that money we might encounter some stories along the way. Might encounter some things that'll help us get to London eventually. So, there was a finding. Oh, he's talking about that up there, isn't he? That wasn't there before. Oh, there's a star-maddened explorer. We're gonna try and keep behind it now, though. See if we can beat it from behind. I know it's not very classy. He's staying weirdly out of range. And we got him. We got him. Whew! The crew of this weathered engine had been driven mad by the wind and the stars and the things that haunt the sky. And we're gonna loot all their stuff. Ooh, an intriguingly bulging sack. It rattles. 2 jumbles of undistinguished... Wow. Wow. It's not bad loot. It's not bad loot indeed. And would Magdalene's be somewhere around here? We'll have a look, see what's up there. We'll have a wander. Ooh, there's blue. Ooh, what is that? Borders of the Queen's March, huh? Well, west of New Winchester is a big way, so we might as well explore a bit. See what's going on. Oh, there's a homestead. Is that? Ha! You're welcome to read that. Oh dear, settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. This homestead is plated in a patchwork of corrugated iron. As you land, the barrel of a rifle pokes out from a boarded window and fires, kicking up a spray of grass at your feet. How unfriendly. Well, since we are a soldier, we are definitely going to return fire. Partial success. Ah! Your rounds ring off the house's iron skin and find the gasps between its makeshift plates. There is an agonized scream, a spray of blood, the sound of a gun's chamber locking. They must be on the verge of surrender, surely. Then you smell burning. Someone's lit this homestead, so steading, ablaze. A door slams, you can see figures running through the smoke. I mean, we're going to enter and grab what we can. You take a handful of stokers, whose lungs are used to smoke, and hurtle into the smouldering homestead. Posters of Tackety Jack blacken and peel from the walls, ramshackle leather roofing crackled like sausages in a frying pan. An intrepid stoker dares the fire-choked kitchen, and emerges black-faced but laden with barely charred provisions. Fair. More supplies. But this is a bit too far north for us, I'm thinking. I mean, west is all this direction, right? I mean, would one say Magdalene's is in the Queen's March? Of that I'm not too sure, but if there's a quick way back to Long Knuckle Pass, it's worth checking it out. Since we've got more supplies, might as well send the bat out. What do you mean it found nothing? So this would be a way back. Okay, I see how it is. Because our terror... 28%. We should be fine. You've literally just said that, incautious driver. Come on now. Originality, please. Come on. Well, we'll be looking for Magdalene's. Near Havenwood. Look at how pretty this is. the stars and all the colours. I feel like north might be the way. But I can hear shooting in the background there. The memorial of the unknown rat. We'll send our bat out again. Well, there is something over there, definitely. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to wait till this fight ends. Oh, it's a marauder. Then we'll participate and grab the supplies. The crew of the marauder lies dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them in with his fingernails. Little remains of them but bloodied stumps. Seen this before, Captain, says a crew member grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalenes can treat it, if you can be bothered to take the poor sod on. Well, I mean, we're trying to get there anyways. The crew wrap the sky-maddened captain in blankets, then secure them tightly with belts. It takes 4 to transport him safely to your locomotive. He might not be happy restrained, but it should keep him from harm until you get him to Magdalene's. Yep, it lies to the west. The captain secured, you have a moment to see whether there's anything of worth on his locomotive before abandoning it to the wilderness. Loot the hold. Definitely loot it. A distressingly odoured barrel. We got the hull. Hey, 2 fuel, we needed them. Alright, Takati. We'll be needing supplies soon, otherwise we might go hungry. Unless that Takati decides to fire in my direction, then we'll be using his supplies, I tell you. Talk of the devil. The great Aunt K. Huh. We've got a 60% chance of forcing the doors open. Success. Your driver holds your locomotive steady alongside the wreck as your crew take turns at the pry bar. Eventually the bay doors are sufficiently parted to permit the spryest of you to squeeze through. Soon they return. And what's this they have found? A slim clasped box. Inside the box is unhappily sticky. The cause is a resinous block of nectar that sits in the box's centre, like a nugget at the heart of a piece of chocolate. Produced by the gargantuan flowers of the reach, this nectar is zealously sought by the giant hymnal chorister bees, who haunt its skies. Great. Oh! We're going to use the other ship as cover. And a reach marauder. We've been landing some good shots. Come at me. Is he not firing? He's in trouble now. Look, look, look. Oh, got him. We got him. Unfortunately, we have no space left for anything. Ooh. Hey, we will get a weapon. Your crew return in one piece. It was a right devil to remove, Captain. Hope you'll make good use of it. I mean, hey, we will definitely make good use of it. Yeah, definitely. We will chuck a fuel, just to be able to equip that, I think. incentive to go back, huh? Well, we're gonna push on. We're gonna most definitely push on. I mean, we're running low on supplies, and this looks totally not like an area I want to be in at the moment. No, I want to be nowhere near any frost at the moment. Magdalene's, for what I can remember of it, is not near frost, although it being randomly generated, who really knows? But I mean, that's good. Just have another look at that gun. This is a reclaimed Marauder mangonel. The fire-eyed made of smoky wool. It's a lot hotter. But at the same time, it does nearly triple the damage of the cannon we already have. So, that's not bad. That's a start. I don't know if it shoots like one ball or like a few small ones, like the Stark raised. The fallows. Ooh. Let's see what's here. We'll definitely have to have a look. I can hear fighting. My crew is not liking it. Oop. Unfortunately, I do not have that just yet. Unsettled dreams. Oh, 15 chance, oh dear. That night your sleep is peppered with uncomfortable dreams. You dream of a storm, whose lightning scratches words across the sky, and whose thunder is a cacophony of voices belonging to people you have known. Its winds pluck pitifully at your clothes. You are wearing black, somber, funereal black. You wake. Well, since we got a 15% chance of this, I mean, it might go wrong, so we'll trap it. You record the dream as vividly and as thoroughly as you can. Does your hand tremble as you write? Does the ink spill? And when you read it back, does it make sense? Or does it sound like the ravings of a crumbling mind? Hey, we got a tale of terror, that's worth it. Oh! Whoa, Magdalene's is close. But some Tacketies are really taking on some dudes over there. Ah, well, supplies. We are definitely grabbing those. Huh, crockery. Excellent. In any case, we have now reached Magdalene's. It feels good. It feels good. And on this note, we dock. The House of Small Comfort. And look at that money difference we've just made bank. Prospect completed with an extra 100 sovereigns. Magdalene, oh no, there we go. The amenable host smiles. Just what we needed. Although I must admit, I do miss roses. And lilies. And bluebells. Still, the celestial blooms have their own virtues. Some of them weep, you know. And he pays us a generous gratuity. Well, yeah, we got loads more. We got loads more. Got loads more money. That was fantastic. Right. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna end this one up here with the sound of gunfire in the background, having completed. Whoa! Having just leveled up and completed our first sort of prospect, made a bit of money, and gotten a bit of lore, discovered a bit of the map. Yeah. Next time we're gonna explore Magdalene's, head back to New Winchester and see if there are any more bargains to pick up in the meantime. Yeah, maybe even deliver the clock person to their destination. Well, anyways, that's next time stuff. Thank you ever so much for watching, and have an excellent rest of your day.